welcome back to Into the Draglands Season 2. Today's episode is Vintage Tales. That means that the performers will be performing. The performers will be doing assignments having to do with vintage themes from the 1910s all the way to the 1940s. On my left, I have one of the kookiest drag queens in Sacramento, California. It is the star of the Rising. It's Mercury Rising.
Hello!
Mercury, what do you know about the 1920s and the flapper scene?
All I know is that alcohol was illegal, so they were doing everything else in the book. That's my kind of party. A little party never killed nobody, right?
On my right is usually my right hand hostess with the mostest from Stockton, California, the Use of Paradise. She is a season 1 competitor. She made it all the way to runner-up position, but just slightly didn't get there.
She wasn't good enough.
It's Katana Ray.
Hello. My sweaty palms are always sticking to my papers.
So how does it feel being on this side of the table?
It feels cold.
So good.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
It's that's my ambient coldness.
With your sweaty palms.
Yeah.
All right, we really hope that the performers today show up, and give us a really good show. Welcome back to another breakdown with myself and Deja Sky. Hey, Deja.
Guess who's back in the house, bitches? It's me, Deja Sky, your Into the Draglands commentator.
This week, we're breaking down the criteria for vintage tales.
Love vintage.
A classic. All right, first up is the look category. What are we looking for?
Is this of the era, 1910 to 1940s? It better be within those.
How about music? What does that have to have in it?
Does it sound vintage? If I was back in that era, would I be hearing this? We don't want to hear no bops from nowadays, okay?
What do we need to see with their presence this challenge?
Did they commit to the time period? We know you weren't born back then unless you're tearing Thru-U. But did you commit? She's gonna hate me. She's gonna hate me.
All right, now we're on to the movement category. What are we looking for?
Did the moves reflect the song choice? Or did the moves not even complement the song choice?
And last but not least, again, what about overall?
Does the performance feel researched? Did you study? Did you just slap on a wig and a costume and just go out there? Or did you actually put in the work?
All right, back over to you, Helen, over in the studio.
This girl, what am I supposed to do with 20? You smoke a cigarette? What the fuck is... Oh, a vintage pose. That's vintage? Was that not 1940s? That was 1940s, you dumbass.
I will say this is, I know there's one pending double elimination, so if these bitches don't bring it, I'm ready to chop their necks, like, right on the spot, okay? I want to see some good shit.
All right, bloodbath on the dance floor.
Bloodbath on the dance floor.
All right.
Anything the Mercury Rising is gonna be. Well, I'm gonna be dancing a lot. I've done dance for 10 years. I was a dance teacher. I was in Juilliard, so I have a little bit of that through a lot of the episodes upcoming. So this is gonna be the first time you guys get to see me move in the gym. You know, I would say this is the first time wearing this outfit. I'm a little bit worried about the tassels and things popping out, but you know what? We're gonna make it work. So as soon as I heard it that it was vintage,
so deep in your eyes. I touch on you more and more every time. When you leave, I'm begging you not to go. Call your name 2-3 times in a row. Such a funny thing for me to try to explain. How I'm feeling, my pride is the one to blame. Cause I know I don't understand just how your love is doing, no one else can. Got me looking so crazy right now. Your love got me looking so crazy right now. Got me looking so crazy right now. Your touch got me looking so crazy right now. Got me hoping you'll page me right now. Your kiss got me hoping you'll save me right now. Looking so crazy, your love got me looking so crazy, your love. Oh 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 no no. 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 When I talk to my friend so quietly, who we think he is? Look at what you did to me. Tennis shoes don't even need to buy a new dress. If you ain't there, ain't nobody else to impress. It's the way that you know what I thought I knew. It's the beat in my heart skips when I'm with you. But I still don't understand just how your love is doing, no one else can. Got me looking so crazy right now. Your love's got me looking so crazy right now. Got me looking so crazy right now. Your touch got me looking so crazy right now. Got me hoping you'll page me right now. Your kiss got me hoping you'll save me right now. Looking so crazy, your love's got me looking so crazy, your love. Looking so crazy, your love. Oh 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 no. Oh 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 no. Oh 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 no. Oh 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 oh. 'Cause your love is the best of me. Maybe you're blind if you can't see. Maybe you got me. Got me. You got me. Got me looking so crazy right now. Your love's got me looking so crazy right now. Got me looking so crazy right now. Your touch got me looking so crazy right now. Got me hoping you'll page me right now. Your kiss got me hoping you'll save me right now. Looking so crazy in love. Got me looking so crazy in love. Got me looking so crazy right now. Your love got me looking so crazy right now. Got me looking so crazy right now. Your touch got me looking so crazy right now. Got me hoping you'll page me right now. Your kiss got me hoping you'll save me right now. Looking so crazy in love. Got me looking so crazy in love.
Hello, Brenda. Welcome back. All right. First of all, you look so cute. Give us a shimmy. Yeah, there we go. You look adorable. I love this take on like a flapper-esque. It's future, but it's current. You know, it's Beyonce, so we want it to be flashy. But great cover choice too. Really played in kind of some of your strong suits. I love that you added a little bit of the Charleston in there. And like I said, I love those little flap heels kind of runs that you did. It was a long intro, so I think you could have done a really good slow build to that. One of the notes I'm going to give you, because I see it in your performances, and that's because you're a great club performer, you always come out at 100. Make sure that you come out and give a slow build so that we have more and more to catch up to, as opposed to coming out and then it's like, still going, because then you don't want to fizzle out too soon.
Hello, Brenda. Hello. I very much enjoyed the fact that your vintage look, again, it's more on brand for you as well. And that's what I very much enjoyed, the fact that you still took the assignment and still applied it to how Brenda Ova would come out and do vintage. I appreciated it as well, like the dance moves. I admit that I like the theatrics of it. I like the fact that it was like over the top, it was silly. I will say, however, I didn't think, again, that the stunt was necessary, of course, because it wasn't necessarily of the time. You definitely used a lot of the stage, but I definitely felt like back then, more lounge, it could have still been just as equally exciting of a performance in a smaller condensed spacing.
Okay, so I feel like this time around, like versus the last one that I saw you, this is so much better for me. I really, like Faye just said, I really enjoy the fact that you made it like your own kind of take on it. Yeah, I feel like you could have just took it like just a little bit further, I guess, with your moves. Like they were good, they were great, and your energy was great. Your facial expressions are always really good as well, because like you always look like you're having so much fun, and I really appreciate that. Like even you could probably do the worst performance ever, which this was not that, but you could probably do that, but because you look like you're having so much fun, like it almost, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So really, I really enjoyed that. So good job on that for sure.
Coming up next, she did really well in the last 2 performances and made us feel things, and that's just weird. But hopefully she can do the same for this one. Put your hands together for Elena Roberts.
I own this gold-gilded map that my grandpa had. It has all the Greek deities on like the outer corners of it and everything. It's all like gold gilded and stuff. And I think he said it was from like the 1700s. The oldest thing in drag I own is probably, there's one wig that I have. It's a gray wig that's like rooted and stuff. I got it from this little old lady that came through my work and was just like, I see you perform, you're amazing, you're wonderful. Here's a wig. And I'm just like, okay. And she's like, I've had this forever, but I've never worn it. I'm like, okay. Sweet. I feel very confident in the challenge. I think that my weakness will come with how I'm going to move like around during it, how I'm going to be able to use all of the stage instead of just staying in one spot. So this is going to be a very vintage flair on a very popular song. The song is originally from Magic Mike, but Postmodern Jukebox did a cover of it and made it sound very cute and quirky and vintage and everything. And I heard it for the first time and I was just like, this is cute. I'm totally gonna do this.
I'm just a bachelor looking for a partner, someone who knows how to ride without even falling off. Gotta be compatible, take me to my limits. Oh, when I break you off, I swear you ain't never gonna get up. If you want it, let's do it. Ride it, my pony, my saddle's waiting. Come on, jump on it. If you want it, let's do it. Riding my pony, my saddle's waiting. Sitting here flossing, peeking your steel up. Oh, if I had the chance, the things I would do to you and your body, feeling every portion, chills running down your spine, juice running down your thigh. Oh, if you want it, let's do it. Riding my pony, my saddle's waiting. So come on and jump on it. If you want it, let's do it. Riding my pony, my saddle's waiting. Come on, jump on it. wanna get nasty, baby. Words play show and tell till you pull my ponytail. Working all through your body until we reach the stream. You'll be on my jockey team. Oh, I want it, let's do it. Ride it, my pony, my saddle's waiting. So come on, boy, jump on it.
It felt very cute. Like I feel like I felt very cute and very quirky.
It looked cute, it looked quirky. I loved it. You look amazing. You probably, out of the majority of the performers, you look the most period, and I love that. It has your essence because of the hair color, but it definitely is matching that makeup aesthetic. Obviously the outfit looks period, but I mean, you really did a head to toe, and that's really, really essential for a lot of these performances. Loved the humor aspect of it. I would just say there were some parts, I mean, you could really dig in there, but I mean, really for me, that's all I have to say about that. You did amazing.
Hello.
Hi.
So every time you looked at me, I kind of lost it because it was hilarious. I'm gonna disagree with you a little bit because I thought like the humorous parts were like they were subtle and like, but they were just enough for me. I mean, like I just said, as soon as you looked at me with those parts, I died. So I feel like that was enough, and I also feel like even though you didn't use a lot of the stage area, I felt like it was all perfect for what you were doing.
I thought you were hilarious. And again, like piggybacking off of Helen, you do look incredible. You really do. I love the fringe added to the bottom of the dress itself. Again, the makeup in particular for the time period, it's spot on. It's exactly what it should be. Like pencil thin eyebrows, if any. Everything looks really good. It's not over accessorized. Again, you were hilarious, and there was definitely sexy, powerful parts. I think my only critique would have been more of the time period sexy. And then, like Pocket said, you didn't move around a lot because they didn't move around a lot. It was more lounge singers. So I definitely appreciated the fact that you didn't have to go all over the stage.
All right, coming up next to the stage, she is a Latina goddess who gave us a lot of emotion in the last episode and a really different kind of performance in the first episode. But we're gonna see how easy is her speaking. Coming up next is Rosalie Valentine. Yay!
Oldest thing I own, without a doubt, are my tights. They've been with me since the beginning, but I'm not wearing them for this episode, for this challenge. But yeah, they smell like they're as old as I am. The strength for me this challenge is that I'm doing vintage in a way that was truly shown in the movies, and I'm not just doing something that you can pick off the wall at a costume store. None. I ain't got no weaknesses this challenge. Maybe actually, wait. I'm gonna be a little exposed, and I did have a little bit of fried chicken last night that I might regret, but you know, I'm gonna keep the abs tight, the core apretado. I'm gonna do it. Y'all, it's it's a wrap. Vintage drag is what I do, is what I started doing, and is what I continue to do. Y'all are gonna not see, from me at least, that flapper kind of vintage drag, that costume shit. No, I'm giving you true golden cinema era of Spanish bedroom, boudoir, cabaret drag.
Hola, mommy.
Hi, judges. I'm like, this thing works.
Well, first of all, you are absolutely gorgeous, stunning, beautiful, Linda Evangelista.
I know.
All those things. Great song choice. Actually, it's one of my favorite songs, and I feel like it's an oft-slept-on song. It had all the elements that I needed. It was short, simple, beautiful, elegant. You give good mouth.
No complaints yet.
There was a lot of good nuances with your mouth, even just like the upper wrinkle, like all those little things are perfect. It was just, it had that surprise factor, which was great because, you know, you think this song like, it's gonna be slow, it's gonna be just intimate, and then boom, body. Beautiful, loved it.
Hey, Rosie.
Hi, Mercutio.
I love the number. Girl, you commit to sensuality, sexuality in a way that nobody else does. Honestly, you do slow numbers like so well. And I'm not like a fan of a slower tempo number, but I'm interested. I watched it. I was involved and invested the whole time. The body was right. The movements were right. The song. My one critique would be, as far as the look is concerned, I love this look, but it to me personally doesn't scream like flapper girl or 20s girl. It just gives me very lingerie, high fashion, expensive, but not quite of the era. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I loved everything, and bitch, I'm gonna work out with you later on.
Hi, Rosie.
Hi, Katana.
it's very interesting watching performers with my glasses on because I can actually make eye contact, and I felt like, I don't know if you were looking at me or not, I'm not that, I am kind of blind, but it really felt like you were looking like, at least me, straight in the eye. I am that stunning, I know. But I feel like I was really engaged, you're very it's very seductive and engaging, and I feel like it's really nice to have like a reward at the end for being invested in a performance, because I felt like I was really invested in what you were selling, and I felt like the ending was just like the cherry on top. Like, I would have liked it without it anyway, but I feel like that just brought it to a whole nother, like almost kind of a modern level. I feel like the look was giving me almost like, it was a mixture of like the nightclub like sultriness, but also a mix of like modern burlesque a little bit, and it has that kind of like boudoir dressing room, like it's that sexy, but having it with like that nude illusion at the end. It brought it a little bit almost like modern, but it was still like burlesque of that time. So it was kind of, for me, it was dynamic in that way. I really appreciate it. I also like the touch of it's like you had a Rose and Valentine and Rosie.
Valentine.
Yeah.
Up next to the stage is a new queen on the scene, and we're excited for everything that she has to bring. Yay, rhymes. Please welcome Shady Bee.
It's a Russian hat, so I may wear it. It's a wig. I have it for 5 years, and it's still in good shape. It's gonna bring my energy and just feel the music. Okay, maybe the dancing, but I'll bring it. You're gonna see like tap dancing, like learning 2 days. I hope I'll do good at it.
Everything, as long as it's free. I want your love, 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 love. I want your love. I want the drama in the touch of your hand. I want your leather-studded kissing in the sand. I want your love, 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 love. I want your love. You know that I want you. You know that I need you. I want you bad, bad, real bad. I want your love, I want your revenge. You and me can write a bad romance. I want your love and all your lovers' revenge. You and me can write a bad romance. Oh, 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 caught in a bad romance. Oh, oh, oh. I want your horror, I want your design, 'cause you're a criminal as long as you're mine. I want your love, 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 love. I want your love. I want your psycho, your vertigo stick. Want you in my rear window, baby, you're sick. I want your love, 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 love. I want your you and me could write a bad romance. I want your love and all your lovers' revenge. You and me could write a bad romance. want your love. I want your revenge, I want your love. I don't wanna be friends, je veux dans la mort. Et je veux te revoir, je veux dans la mort. I don't want to be friends, I don't wanna be friends, I don't wanna be friends. Want your back romance, want your back romance. Let's write a bad romance. I want your love and all your love and revenge. You and me could write a bad romance. Oh, caught in a bad romance. I'm caught in a bad romance.
Hello, Shady Bee. Hello. You look fabulous. Look at this. You honestly look vintage. I love the look, head to toe. It's really good. I want to say that I like that you did a little bit of research on some of those flapper movements. I like those little shuffles, forward and back. I feel like if you are going to do music that has sound effects or any kind of stuff like that, there's a lot of tap involved in that. And I'm going to tell you, if you've never done tap before, I can tell you that tap movements, if they're not widespread open ones, they're very tight actually, because they have to scuff the floor and stuff like that, so people tend to keep their legs in. So remember, when you do dance in the future, really go and research some of how that movement looks, because if it doesn't match up with the music, it kind of looks awkward. And you had a good lip sync though. Good, your mouth was right on the words on a lot of that. I think you could have done without the mic prop, because you were there for a second and then you kind of disappeared from it and then you kind of went to it. I think with all that tap movement, you could have just done without it. So be mindful of the props that you do.
Hi, Shady Bee. Well, first of all, I love Gaga, so I appreciate the song choice. I also like that you chose an upbeat song. I feel like with this sort of challenge, a lot of people are going to go for like the slow or like the, sultry. So I like that there was energy, and I thought you gave a lot of energy from start to finish. I agree with the tap dancing part. That's a little bit distracting because I wasn't sure if you were trying to give off the illusion that you were tap dancing or not, or just kind of dancing to the sound of tap dancing. Also, is your scarf pinned to your arms? That's cool. It kind of looks like wings. I love blonde on you, and I think they did really well. Other than just the props flying everywhere. It was a 3D performance for us because there were rings flying off into the crowd. I do agree with the microphone stand. I think you would have had a little bit more of a comfortable time with just working the stage without that prop being there, and I think it would have been that, it wouldn't have really taken away not having that there with you. Same thing with the chair also. I don't think we really needed the chair to be there.
Hey, Shady Bee. How you doing?
Doing fabulous.
Feeling fabulous, looking fabulous, and you're looking right. I love this outfit. Actually, I have to agree with Katana about the boa. I was wondering the same thing, is it attached to the gloves or the dress?
No, to the bodysuit.
Bodysuit.
The bodysuit? Okay. Well, you're wearing a bodysuit?
Yeah.
I can't see. Or maybe I'm colorblind. So I love that. I love the dress. Your look was amazing. Unfortunately for me, though, the look was literally the only thing that carried you through this entire performance. I was not down with the tapping because I've tried to do the tap dance before. Unless you're going to hit those on beat and stuff like that, it really doesn't look right. I just I wonder where you're going with your storyline and your dancing and stuff, or if you're just kind of trying to move around the stage to claim space, so maybe next time when you're thinking of it, think of what's the purpose of your character moving from stage left to stage right and then back to center stage and staying there and those kind of things, versus just am I dancing across the stage just to take up as much space as possible.
All right, in the last episode, she got some good judges' feedback, and we hope that she applies it this time. Coming up next is the cute little Cupid herself, Miss Claire Doe.
Do you want a map?
No.
Oh, okay.
My like baby toys. I have like a little worm. His name is Wormy. He's green. That's my stuffed animal when I was a kid. It's this little dress with flowers. I wore it to Eve's a while back. I got that at Ross, so I think probably that. My facial expressions. I feel like I can really sell the song, so just have to see what I do. I don't think there is a weakness for this challenge. We'll see for the next ones, but I think I got this one in the bag. You guys are about to watch a live performance all the way back in the 1940s. You know, I hopped in the DeLorean, and I'm here, so.
Dear, I fear we're facing a problem. You love me no longer, I know, and maybe there is nothing that I can do to make you do. Mama tells me I shouldn't bother, that I ought to stick to another man, a man who surely deserves me, but I think you do. So I cried, I beg and I pray, love me, say that you love me, fool me, go on and fool me, pretend that you love me, leave me, say that you need me. So I cry and I beg for you to love me, say
You look lovely. You look stunning. I love that dress.
Yeah, I wonder where I got it.
Looks like you got it from a vintage store. Hand me down. I love this look for you. I love this kind of performance for you too. I don't know what I was expecting of it from the era because you're a baby, like you're 21, you know. But this feels researched. It feels like a girl that kind of let loose in that flapper vibe, you know, kind of what we were looking for a little bit earlier. But this feels really good. It looks good on you. I am going to say you made good use of the stage. You were cheeky. You had good nuance. Even though you were using the stage well, be careful of those T-shuffles. Be careful of that front, back, side, Tetris kind of movement. You know, you want a little bit more dynamics into those corners. Just be aware of that. And then, of course, I will say the boobies were a distraction once they came out. So when you wear outfits that are low like that or have that possibility of the nip slip, you gotta be aware that you either gotta take that back up or you gotta contour, you know, make our eyes be distracted somewhere else.
Claire, I would like to say thank you for giving me my first, I was gagged. This is my first gag of the day.
Oh, thank you!
Yeah, this is my first gag of the day, and I know last week you had a tumultuous time on the judging table, and we were kind of looking at you like, are you going to take these critiques and are you going to apply them, or are you going to kind of crumble under the pressure? And I'd like to think that you applied them, so shout out to you. I'm very proud of you. Maybe practice in the mirror like your 2 steps and your 4 steps, and then maybe do a 1, 2, 3, 4, stop for 4 beats, and then continue on. And you can create a whole 16 count with kind of staying in one place and movement and giving that dynamic. So that's something that would kind of piggybacks off what Helen was saying, would give us a little bit more dynamics. Also, I'd like to say shout out to the commitment when we had your prop malfunction and you just was like, all right, well, I guess it went low, so I'm gonna go low too. Bitch, be proud of yourself because you did really good today. Shout out to you.
Hi, Claire.
Hi, bitch.
Your outfit's giving me a little bit of flashbacks, a little bit of trauma from...
How'd you do on that episode?
Oh, don't worry about it. It was very funny. I want to say that at first when the microphone was there, I wasn't sure if it was going to be kind of distracting from you or not, because then you had it and then you immediately walked away from it and you went back to it. But I think ultimately I liked it, and ultimately I liked that you actually moved. I mean, so far, even though the previous numbers are kind of specific to what they were doing, you were the first one to actually walk out of that square and actually move around like you're actually having a good time. And I think that I wasn't here for the last episode, so I'm just basing on what I'm saying right now. I feel like you have a lot of confidence, and I feel like you moved pretty well. Like there wasn't any shakiness, and you didn't fall. And I feel like you did really well.
Up next to stage, she showed a lot of ferocity for her first time out here at Badlands. Let's see if she's gonna bring it into this era. It is Rosay.
My eyelashes. I've had the eyelashes since before Corona was even a thing, and they work. They get the job done. In all honesty, this is the challenge I'm most worried about. I said that on camera. Vintage. I'm not a vintage girl. I grew up in the 2000s. I like to stay there and I appreciate it, but I'm just not an executor of vintage. Giving a little bit desperation, a little bit of housewife, and that's all I want to say. No, please! I'm sorry, please, no!
When you were here before, you couldn't look you in the eye. You're just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. You float like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish I was special. You're so very special, but I'm a creep. the perfect body, want a perfect soul, and I want you to notice when I'm not around. You're so very special. Yeah, I wish I was special, but I'm a creep. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. She knows what she's running out again. I said she's running out. She runs, what I said, I said you whatever makes you happy, whatever you want. You're so very special. Yeah, I wish I was special, but I'm a creep. Ooh, I said it. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong. I'm a creep. I'm a what the hell am I doing here? Oh yeah, oh no, I don't belong here. I don't belong here.
Hey, Rose! Look at you! Look at you! First of all, I want to compliment you first and foremost on how beautiful your mug looks. It looks bright. The hair is sitting. You look fabulous. You look structured. I love everything about the majority of the look, I'm going to say. I can see the safety pins, and that could have easily be remedied with like a ribbon or a sash or something. They could have just kind of masked those, and it would have made this boudoir look good. I feel like this storyline is a really good researched storyline. I don't know if you meant to do that or not, but for women of that time period, you know, they were very kept to their husbands, and there was a lot of fighting, but you know, it was very like, don't leave your husband kind of thing. And I want you to practice facials.
Okay.
I want you to practice those facials to make it seem, because there were parts where she was kind of like a little dowdy and a little out of breath, and I felt like you were still going strong.
Okay.
So practice those facials. Good build this time though, from the last time. Really good build up.
I love your face. I love your hair. I love you. I love those shoes. I'm gonna steal those. Helen said it. There are major polish points that can be done on the look, like the necklace is upside down.
Oh no, it's
I mean, is that?
It's two of them.
It's two of
So
them.
either way, it was going to show. Yeah.
Then I would have done something. Oh, there you go. Automatically better. Bam. Perfect.
My only critique is since it's supposed to be vintage tails, I'm not really getting, I mean, I'm personally not getting any bit of vintage. The hair is giving me very like 60s into 70s. The outfit's giving me very almost like 90s. When you were kind of given those like very emotional parts, I thought that that was the first like kind of freestyle scatty moment that actually hit the moments. Like when you were like ba 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 ba, it actually looked like that was coming out of your throat. So I really enjoyed that.
I think that the lip sync itself was really great. I think you're a really good lip sync artist and performer, which held it for me. That's what held me over. That I had to just kind of nitpick on what you were wearing and what you looked like. That's the only thing I could, I had to dock points on. There's the safety pins thing. The hair, I think for me the hair was a little bit. It's beautiful, but it's like it's giving me a few different things because it does give you like almost 60s or 2000s doing 60s. It's kind of those things, the high pony, half up, half down kind of thing. It looks good. You look good. It's just nitpicky about like the criteria of like the era. I think is the only thing that I had to dock a little bit on. I really appreciate a storyline, especially a sad one. I love sad shit in drag. I love sad drag. It started immediately. I wasn't really prepared for it. We thought we were going to hear music start, and then the acting was going on and everything. I just couldn't really figure out what exactly the storyline was based on the song choice, because like I got that you're a creep and then you don't belong here. That would have made sense more for me, like if you were leaving him. I think for me.
I think what I was going for was I don't belong thrown out. Like I belong there. I didn't want to leave. Like regardless of whatever he does, I just didn't want to leave.
I see. Well, that's cool though. I still appreciate a storyline in some form or fashion.
Coming up to the stage, she wowed us with the last 2 episodes with a lot of Latin flair and with a very emotional story about her insecurities. Let's see what she brings this time. It's Aria Ghana.
Paperwork, TBH, from college, like 7 years ago. Started cleaning out my room and cleaning out the garage and found a lot of old stuff that ain't fit me no more. I used to be a small, this is medium, maybe large. The very first bodysuit I ever made. I never wear it anymore because it's tragic, but I still have it as a memory. That's my first attempt at learning to sew. Oh, I'm hoping the look. I look good. Fur, faux fur, the sequence gown, very appropriate length to the time period, very much short hair, the little fascinator. So I'm hoping the look is what gives the strength for this challenge. We're really trying to figure out what to do while moving around, just because 1920s and vintage really is way out of my comfort zone. I love vintage and decades. However, I'm not quite sure what to fully do, but we'll see if she shimmies and wiggles out there. This is something that is going to be very 1920s inspired, it's going to go back, it's very swing, it's jazz. So I'm hoping that most of you will get the reference or will get the song. So hope you guys enjoy.
It don't mean a Makes no difference if that rhythm's sweet or high. Give that rhythm everything, everything you've got. Don't mean a thing. All you got to do is swing. Do I, 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 do I. It don't mean a thing. All you got to do is sing. Do I, 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 do I. Makes no difference if that rhythm sweet or high. Give that rhythm everything, everything you got. Don't mean a thing. All you got to do is swing. Do I, 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 do I.
Hello, Aria Ghana.
Hi.
How are you feeling?
Good. I am a little exhausted, but good.
I feel you on that. You look amazing.
Thank you.
You look so good right now. I'm going to give you some great feedback, and then I'm going to give you some not so great feedback, okay?
Go for it.
All right. So I really loved how you, first of all, how you look. It's very of the era. I love that you chose this song because it has a lot of energy to it, and you did really good up until about the scat part.
Would have to agree with that one.
I imagine it was kind of scatting. The scatting is hard to memorize because it's so many little and unless you speak Mercury, you know, it's a completely different language.
Oh, 100%.
I would say that in these characters and in the characters you have moving forward, add that sass. That's a big brassy, sassy kind of song, and I was missing that. I think your stole was a hindrance for you because you kept on latching onto it. You should have let that sucker go.
Okay.
You should have just let go. I only have one question. How much research did you do on this time period?
Actually, I would say probably a good chunk, probably about 70-80%. Reason being, I'm a history major. I did that in college. So I did a whole period piece on 1920s itself. It wasn't fully fashion or the music of the era, but I looked at videos on how to do makeup, kind of inspired on the era, and kind of looking at the dresses on how they were.
Okay, good. Just had to ask. Yeah, Merc.
How you doing, Aria?
Good.
Good. I'm just gonna cut to the chase. I know you. I know your talents. I think as far as the look is concerned, fabulous, perfect. Like I gave it the perfect score for the look. The hair is perfect. The stole is it. The dress is right. The shoes are sparkly. You're giving me like Flapper the House Down boots, Mama, yes God. My question is, how would you describe yourself as a dancer?
I'm not gonna use dancer. Maybe like a shimmy wiggle kind of thing.
Shimmy wiggle? Okay. So I think the reason why I asked that is because when I can tell you did your research and stuff like that, and I was getting the vibe you were trying to go for, but since you were talking like you wanted to go prohibition, I wanted to see more like excitement. They were excited, they were breaking the rules, and it felt like you were nervous that like you may lose your stole or your wig might move or you might trip or something like that, and I could see the nerves on your face. I wanted to see the excitement and the jubilation, you know?
My turn. Hi, Aria. I know her. So I do agree with almost everything they were saying. I think you look beautiful. I think you look perfect. I really got like the vibe that you're like the club performer, like coming on stage. The only thing I think for me was the intro was a little bit long, and there wasn't really anything going on there. And I feel like with this sort of like competition or this venue and this performance, like you need to make it a little bit more dynamic. And I think it had moments, but I feel like the song in general is kind of long, and it kind of goes on and on and on. It's kind of repetitive, and it is one of those songs that a lot of people go to in their head. And I feel like when it's something about like if it ain't got that swing, but if you're not giving that swing, it's kind of like, you know, it was a little bit of movement that was lacking for me. I think you're holding back because I think that I think you dance pretty well. I think you're a really good performer. I think you have a lot of potential for doing a lot more. I think just letting a little bit more loose and just having fun. Even if you trip up a little bit, I think, you know, it's just part of the character, you know? And, you know, I love scat. You know, I'm a big scat man. So, you know, I thought that you did really well with like 95% of the scat. You know, it's a lot harder to, you know, lip sync kind of gibberish stuff. So if there's no, you know, rhythm to it other than just, but I think you did really well on that. So I think it was just the overall length of the song I had like an issue with it.
If you want some scat, Katana, I got some scat for you after lunchtime.
And coming up to the stage is a king that has shown us a lot of range in his performances so far, and I can't wait to see if he succeeds this time around. Put your hands together for Lez-he West.
Is two basses from my grandmother that she got from my grandfather when he served over in Vietnam during the 1960s, I think it was. They are golden plated and they're absolutely gorgeous. The oldest thing I probably own is my jacket. Like I have a drag jacket that I usually wear with a lot of my gothic looks, and that's the oldest thing I own. My awesome suit. Dancing. Vintage, but I'm bringing you the 90s, because if you were a 90s kids like me, you know that swing was all in effect, and there were so many big names doing swing songs, so I'm bringing you swing tonight.
Whispering in the trees, it's two cities and they're only pipes and chains and swinging hands. Who's your daddy? Yes, I am. Fat cat came to play. Now you can't run fast enough. You best stay away when the pushers come to shove. Zoot zoot riot, throw back a bottle of beer. Zoot zoot riot, whipped up jitterbug and brown-eyed man, a stray cat frontin' out an AP's band. Cut Miss Sammy and you'll understand. In my veins hot music ran. You got me in a sway and I want to swing you down. Now you sailors know where your women come for love. Shoot some riot, throw back a bottle of beer. Shoot some riot, a bullet hole through your gold black hair. You're in a shoot some riot. You're in a shoot some riot. You're in a shoot some riot.
I think this is so adorable. I love that song, and it's very spot on of that time frame, and I'm glad you kind of went with an older time frame within the assignment. I want to say that you had such really good movement, good energy. I can tell that you kept it constant. That is such a high energy song. It's really hard to kind of like keep up with, but you hung in there all the way through. I'm gonna give you a few pointers that I want you to be conscious of, and then I have a question. First pointer is I want to make sure that you're aware of repetitive motion.
Okay.
And what's called the T shuffle, which is going up and down, and then side to side. And so you did a lot of up and down, but
okay.
I want you to dynamically use the stage, okay? Just cleaning up some lines. With zoot suits, they're very finely tailored, and even if you had just rolled up the sleeves a bit or rolled up those pant legs a bit, it would look a lot cleaner.
Okay.
I'm so happy to see you competing in this and having you part of this whole experience. I do agree. I think that maybe a little bit more like the structure in the shoulders maybe would have helped a little bit too.
Okay.
Just maybe a little bit more bold and more like out there. But again, I do agree that the energy was great. I think you were having fun. I was having fun watching you. This other thing I wrote down, I don't want it to come off bad because it's kind of bad reference, but I think the hair color and the style with the suit was giving me a little bit of Trumpness.
No!
Yeah.
I said that when I put it on. I was like, I'm gonna get red for Phil because I look like Trump. I don't look like a zoot suit.
Yeah, it's only because I've seen like you performed as Trump, so like I see that a little bit. But it was just because of like the little like the coiffness, and I think maybe it was like a black wig, and you would have done it.
I freaking love your outfit. You look like you're giving me like The Mask meets 1920s Greaser, but with Donald Trump hair, and also they're best friends with a pimp named Slickback from the Boondocks, and so. Bitch, give me my money. With that being said, your outfit was great. You just make me happy. Your performance made me happy. I felt like the one critique that I noticed was I felt like maybe was your hair getting in your way? Yeah. So just a little bit of got to be, or maybe even like pins Gorilla Glue. You know what I mean? Just don't do it without keeping it on your head. Do it off the head, on a mannequin, you know, but a little bit of Gorilla Glue. And then the shoulders I agree, should be poochier. But I love this. You just make me really, really happy right now, so thank you.
Coming up next is an artist that transcends many timelines, and I can't wait to see if they can do it for this era. Coming up, it's Yaya.
Well, a lot of my stuff is thrifted. I'm a thrifty queen. So I'd say, you know, I probably have garments that are straight up from the 80s, 70s or 80s, maybe even the 60s. The ability to serve a look, I'm all about, you know, period. You know, if it's the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, you know, each of those eras has a very specific aesthetic and, you know, glamour. So I think my strength is being able to do the research and know exactly what needs to be brought to the table. Perhaps like the length of the song. The song is about 4 minutes. I usually try to keep my numbers around the 3-minute mark. So just pacing myself, you know, not giving all my energy right at the beginning. I'm gonna give you some speak-easy, sultry, 30s glam.
I'm gonna fight 'em off. A 7-nation army couldn't hold me back. They're gonna rip it off, taking their time right behind my back. And I'm talking to myself at night because I can't forget. Back and forth through my mind behind a cigarette. And the message coming from my eyes says leave it alone.
Yaya the artist. I am so happy, literally, that this was an assignment because you nailed it so clean. I mean, first of all, you look clean, you look fresh. This is the style, this is the essence. This is everything basically I wanted from this challenge, and you definitely delivered. I put look at 100, tight lip sync. You give great facials, and I love that you understand that this is a competition where you have to play to the cameras, not just the judges, because there's an audience out there watching. I just thought it was impeccable, and you're beautiful and grace in the United States. Hi, Yaya.
I do agree. I think your look is really beautiful. It's a striking, just all white. It's like something that I don't think anyone else is doing. So you stand out in that way. And I love the way the light catches when you turn your head and everything. It seems very you very comfortable, and it's premeditated. And you know how you look. You know you look good. The commitment to your performance is really admirable. There's a little bit of humor in there too, which I really appreciate. It's you don't take it too seriously. I think the only thing, if I had to nitpick something, I can't even find something about you to nitpick. It's probably just maybe the color blue eyeshadow maybe is a little bit. I'm not sure. I'm not a makeup history expert, but I was I don't know if they had blue eyeshadow back then. That was the only thing I was maybe. But also I know how makeup changes and stuff work here, so I understand it. But if I had to pick one thing to nitpick, it was just that one little thing was just the color of the eyeshadow. But if you put a black and white filter over it, you wouldn't even know.
Yeah. Yaya the artist, how are you feeling after that number?
Winded.
I can see.
But you know.
I know. It's the sign of a good performance. Even if you do a mid-tempo song and you're still out of breath, that means you were committed 110%. So shout out to you for that. Definitely lived that. I lived for that. I do have a couple of questions. Were you actually kind of singing along with it, or whispering or something? Because there was some movement. There was some when you were scatting. That was the first time anybody's actually hit the scat correctly so far in this challenge. So scats off to you for that one. Also, did you do this wig? Yes.
I also did Rosie's wig.
Oh, look at her. She's a charitable queen. Besides, girl, you look like Marilyn Monroe meets Lady Dimitrescu, but 6 feet tall only. Shout out to you.